and welcome back to the still unnamed podcast.
Insert name here.
Insert name here.
Edit it in with a really shitty edit.
Oh, it's going to be great, too. How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to watch this movie. I've been waiting to watch it for at least, like 3 or 4 months since it came out?
Yeah, and then, I mean, even more recently than that, with us trying to get this podcast going to watch this.
Yeah.
This is a fourth day, I think, that we've booked to try and watch this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, the anticipation is there for me, and I'm ready to check it out. This is, have we said what it is yet? Or are we still keeping it?
No. Let's kind of start at the top. And for new listeners or for people who haven't been with us before, this is only our second episode, and we're here to talk about movies, but not your run of the mill movies. Just things that are a little bit more artistic, things that are a little less mass factory produced, things that have an image and a story to tell, maybe things that might fly under some people's radars even. Any type of film or TV project that we just have a particular interest in for, one reason or the other.
Yeah, and I think it's good. We keep a pretty open, mind to what projects that we're choosing to.
Absolutely.
That's like as a movie fan, like in recent years, I've just been so hungry for just anything. It's like we'll do any genre, any whatever, you know what I mean? But it's like it's got to be something. I'm looking for real story and real character development. Really great writing, really great filmmaking, really great acting. I mean, I feel like it's all multi-million-dollar CGI fest now, and sequels and previously owned IP,
Yeah, and I feel like we're making a shift back towards that creator-centered.
100%. And that's what these stuff like this. Mm-hmm. This is stuff that this was an indie movie, and it was it ended up being huge just because it's really good.
We're talking about Long Legs.
Long Legs.
Which is this an A24 film? I
don't know. That's a good question. I think that new one of that director's is the Stephen King. Monkey Paw or whatever.
The Monkey.
The Monkey.
I think is what it's called. That looks really good though. This is written and directed by Osgood Perkins, and it's horror, and it stars Nicolas Cage. It's produced by Nicolas Cage as well.
Yeah, this is.
This is not an A24. This looks like it's C2 and Neon.
Okay, well, and this is a really awesome time too for a lot of these these smaller independent studios. They're putting out stuff that's badass at a time when people are hungry for it. You know what I mean? Like that's really awesome.
Yeah, and going through Neon's most notable films here, I've seen a few of these. I, Tonya, which was pretty good. Apollo 11. Did you see Apollo 11?
I don't think so.
It's pretty good. Ferrari, that was good. Long Legs, which we're gonna look at that today. There's a bunch of other ones on here I'm not very familiar with. Three Identical Strangers, Parasite, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, Palm Springs, She Dies Tomorrow. Which one?
Palm Springs.
Yeah. How's that one?
I remember it being pretty good. It's Andy Samberg and damn it, I can't remember her name. She's really like on the upswing right now because she's on The Penguin.
That Kristen Milioti.
Yeah, that sounds right. If that's not wrong, I apologize. Yeah. But she's in it with Andy Samberg, and it's good. It's kind of like a weird sci-fi kind of rom-com.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard about it, but I'll have to check that one out too.
But yeah, I think this is what's awesome about this, and the movie obviously like way blew out expectations, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like this was an indie, and it just caught some fire because obviously Nick Cage, I think he plays a serial killer or something in it.
Yeah, I think so. It well, I don't know. It has $109 million gross worldwide.
Yeah, what was the production budget?
My God. Let's see.
Yeah,
less than $10 million. Wow.
So yeah, they did well.
They did well.
And I'm glad too, because this is that weird. So like Nick Cage, you remember like obviously he was a pretty big movie star. He's always been a kind of a weird dude, but like pretty big movie star. And then he ended up going in that time where he was like, I guess super indebted in taxes. He was in a bunch of tax debt, so he was taking just any project that he would have. But it's weird because now he's kind of morphed into this dude that just does whatever the fuck he wants. I guess maybe him getting a taste of doing a bunch of those indies and stuff. Like now he's just to a place where he does have some misses, but I've seen some wild movies with Nick Cage.
Taken on some really good roles here within the last couple of years. And I mean, this is coming off the back wind of maybe 10, 15 years of just nonstop B-C level budget films that are the exact same thing regurgitated over and over and over again. They're obviously cash grabs.
Yeah.
But now he's taking on so many interesting roles. I mean, and they're all types of genres. And I'm really interested to see this. I always liked Nick Cage, when I was younger, watching National Treasure. That was big.
But he's got Raising Arizona. I mean, he's got Leaving Las Vegas. I mean, he's got some great movies.
Bunch of great stuff.
Yeah, but like this era is wild because like obviously he's like producer on a lot of these movies, I'm sure now, because I think he's got the tax thing under control. But it's weird because he can walk in this world where he takes these insane swings at stuff. And then also he'll go do a mainstream project every now and again, like he's doing the Spider-Man noir thing right now. But like I've seen, I can't recall the name of the movie, but it was, damn it, it's pretty new. I wish I could recall the name of the movie, but he shows up in people's dreams. It was a really wild movie. I mean, it's not one, you need to go into it probably pretty prepared because it's a pretty wild movie.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I really dug that movie, and I thought it was really awesome and different, It was cool, but then I saw he was in this movie. I can't remember the name of this one either. But it's it's like a sci-fi movie. It was kind of, like poor man's Quiet Place.
Okay.
Is what I kind of thought of it as. It's like post-apocalyptic where it's like these aliens or these monsters that are there. I would say that movie was a pretty big miss. But I appreciated a stab, Arcadian.
Yeah.
But you can tell he's always really good in a lot of this stuff too, though. I mean, he's Renfield. I thought that was pretty cool, and that's like a semi-mainstream movie.
Dream Scenario.
That was what it was. What a crazy movie, dude! I would highly recommend checking it out. Even if you hate it, it'll be worth you watching.
I've got it on my watch list.
Yeah.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent was really good, and that was kind of a renaissance for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, but even Willy's Wonderland is actually
I like that. Awesome. I like that.
It really was like surprisingly awesome because I went into it obviously like this is going to be the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen, and it was definitely not. It was hilarious.
And just even a little bit before that, there was Color Out of Space, which I had higher hopes than it turned out being.
Me too.
It seemed like it was going to be a cosmic horror kind of a. I don't know. It was just.
I mean, it had it. It was just not. I just didn't think it looked awesome. I thought it looked great. Yeah. But yeah, it was just it definitely was a miss. It was kind of a mess too.
Yeah.
For sure. The performances were kind of weird, and it was just a miss. But I'm so starved for shit like these days. I was just grateful to be able to watch it, even though like I wasn't really, I wasn't impressed. I didn't care for it. Now I figured it was just going to be a real awesome Lovecraft adaptation or whatever. And it was just like it was
missable.
Yeah.
We skipped over a few points here.
I'm just rambling on.
Early days. So we kind of gave you a background on what the podcast is, what we're going to be watching. We're kind of focusing more on horror today because of the subject, and I wanted to kind of pick your brain on horror films now. What are your all-time favorite horror films? And then there's a part B to this, is what are your favorite horror films of the last 15 years? So to kind of separate them into categories.
Well, I was a giant movie watcher when I was a kid, and this was in the age of video stores.
Same.
So, dude, I've seen a fuck ton of horror movies, man. Like, back in the day, it was when those, like, full moon movies were there. So I've seen all those. I've seen a bunch of classic horror movies. Obviously, your slashers, all that. I actually like horror movies just in general. But the ones that really, like, hit me the hardest, I was really young when I saw it, but, like Hellraiser. That was a horror film that I thought, I really dug Clive Barker's style, and as I got older, I ended up reading a bunch of his books and shit, too. I really love Clive Barker stuff. But, dude, I love the slashers. I tend to be more of a Nightmare on Elm Street versus, like, Halloween or something. But Hellraiser was always one, and I love Clive Barker stuff, but I still dig all those full moons as well, Puppet Master, and, that kind of shit. Those are great.
Did you ever get into kind of like the second era of those type of films, like the After Dark Film Fest movies? Like about 10 years later, they had these low-budget series of horror films that you could get, and they would do 30 of them a year.
Yeah.
You ever do any of those?
What are some of the titles?
Oh, there are so many. After Dark.
If it was in the 90s or something like that, I can pretty much guarantee.
No, it was a little bit after that.
Oh, okay. Then maybe not. I've always kept up with movies, but like, things changed like in the early 2000s a little bit, where the video stores started going away.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit harder for me to want to. Back in the day, I just used to pick up a bunch of tapes and I would watch them, because that's what we had to do.
Yeah. So the After Dark actually started in 2006.
Okay.
And they ran until 2015, putting out at least 60 different horror films, and it was they were hit and miss, but every once in a while there would be one that would come out that would be absolutely amazing. My sister ended up turning me onto a lot of these, and they were just real cheap movies that we could get at like FYE at the time. Was still a store. And they would have bundles on these where you could get 12 movies for $3 or $4.
Yeah.
And we watched a lot of those, and then what was it, Masters of Horror? Did you ever watch any of those?
I saw I want to say I saw the Joe Dante one. Maybe I saw one of the Carpenter. Carpenter has two, right?
Yeah, Carpenter had two. Argento had a couple. Stuart Gordon had one.
I think I've seen the Stuart Gordon one too.
I mean, they were.
I love Stuart Gordon stuff as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The one that sticks out beyond all of them was John Carpenter's Cigarette Burns.
Oh yeah.
And that to me became a classic in and of itself. I love John Carpenter as it is, but that movie really touched on some strange uneasiness. If you've ever seen it, it's basically this guy's looking for this film, and it's a film that's basically a snuff film of them torturing an angel. And if you watch this film, it drives you crazy, and you rip out your own intestines and kill yourself. And the twist at the end is the angel that's in the movie is still alive, and it's being tortured and hung up in this billionaire's fucking basement or whatever. And it's a wild movie, and it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
Yeah. Just going brutal.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's like I don't like a lot of like the super gory stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the Saw movies, and I don't like.
I'm not really either.
I don't like a lot of the more modern psychological stuff, like, and I don't guess it's really psychological. So, more specifically, I don't like home invasion stuff. I don't like the Purge movies, just because it's like it feels too real to me. It feels like almost too much of a realistic scenario. I like my horror to be, demons and aliens and ghosts and stuff that's a little bit more of a stretch.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say too, another like subgenre of horror that really struck me is like space horror. You just mentioned aliens. Space horror is pretty wild too. Like I say, I'm kind of a fan of all flavors, and like I was even cool with the first Saw movie. The twist was good, and all that. It was cool. I
watched them. I definitely did.
I don't think I saw past maybe like the second one.
Oh man, I
kind of gave up on
my
those,
daughter
really.
is really into just gory horror stuff. So I've seen a lot, and I just
the body horror stuff is kind of. Like I like a lot of Cronenberg stuff, and he does some pretty wild shit. But some of that stuff, like if it gets insanely gory, I'm kind of like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, there's this
Like Hostel and shit like that. I'm not really.
She's into this manga series by this author Junji Ito, and it is body horror, gruesome gore to the absolute maximum. So other horror movies. So when you're speaking of kind of space horror, here's one that's not explicitly space horror, but if you pay really close attention to the dialogue, it is a cosmic horror film. Prince of Darkness by John Carpenter.
Great movie.
Yeah. Turns out that the devil they're summoning is a space devil, and I always thought that was super underrated.
Oh, way underrated. That whole era right there was kind of underrated. I felt like, because I felt
you
like,
mean like Prince of Darkness and the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah. Like I feel like that was, 'cause even like They Live. I don't think They Live was very huge, was it?
No,
I feel like
it seemed
kinda
like
got underrated.
It seemed like all of John Carpenter's films were they are all that meme that's going around right now. It's the scene from Back to the Future. It's like, oh, you guys didn't really like that? Well, your kids are gonna dig it though.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
That's every John Carpenter film basically.
I loved They Live. I've loved a bunch of Carpenter always, but it is nice to see like They Live get its due.
Oh yeah.
Prince of Darkness is kind of getting its due. There's a few. In the Mouth of Madness is awesome. And
they're doing
Sam Neill. Love Sam Neill.
The thing is they just did They Live at the Jefferson Theater.
Oh fuck, man! I would have loved to have seen it.
They just got a new 4K restoration and everything. They had to crane drop the new projector into the building, and
dude, so, I need to go. I didn't realize they were showing movies on the reg anymore.
Oh, they are. So ever since Zach took over, they've really been doing a lot with that facility, and they do at least 3 weekends out of every month. They do different movies, and they'll do stuff anywhere from Miyazaki films. They'll do Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. They do a horror fest every weekend of the month, leading up to Halloween.
That's awesome.
They're always doing stuff, and they're actually I don't know if they still are actually, but I know at one point a few years ago they were one of the licensed distributors of A24 theatrical releases.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if that's still a thing with them, but I know at one point they were doing that. So, but Jefferson's been doing a lot of things, and it's our only historic Cineplex out here.
Yeah. I didn't realize that. Now, I'm going to make an effort to go more often.
We should absolutely go and see. We should go see a classic movie that we haven't seen in a very long time, and do a podcast based on it.
Absolutely. I had a magical experience there. I saw one time they did the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, the 1927 silent film or whatever. But they brought in a live organ player.
That's so cool.
They raised him up. Yeah, it was so cool, and that's silent films really for me. Some people are really into like those silent, especially like that kind of like a horror film. Whatever, it's not really my bag, but man, it was such a good,
having the live organ player there.
It was fantastic. Yeah. It was so much fun.
I know they just did a Rocky Horror Picture Show, and like the first 100 people in got their own little goodie bags of stuff to throw at the screen and whatnot.
Yeah.
They do it up.
That's great.
Yeah, I think that'd be really fun to go and do a podcast specifically based on seeing something there.
I'm glad that this movie, Long Legs, I'm glad it made a big box office because of that too. Like I'm hoping that like independent cinema, it seems like people are showing up to see Longlegs, where that was less than a $10 million budget, and that made $100 million.
Yeah, and I mean, unlike something like Megalopolis, where it was a massive budget over massive amount of time to make it, and it, by all intents and purposes, has been considered a flop.
Oh,
It
yeah.
has not, but it being self-financed, I don't know if you could really consider it a flop in the same sense as like a bigger Hollywood budgeted film.
Yeah.
Just because it was like his goal was to release it and put it out to people, not necessarily to make money off of it. And not only did he release it and put it out to people, but it got picked up on a round of distribution further than he thought it would be able to get picked up at. So, to me, it's a success.
Yeah, well, and it's if you're not worried about like immediate returns, it's going to make money over the next few years as well with like streaming. And all that
Whoever
kind
gets
of
the
stuff.
streaming rights, that'll be
People buying it right
$several
now.
million.
'Cause
People buying
you
it.
can get it online
Yeah,
right now.
yeah,
I think
renting it and purchasing it and all that good stuff, and then it'll have a Blu-ray and a DVD release, I'm sure.
Yep.
And some money from that.
No,
And,
it's good to see like independent cinema at least like people are hungry for it. Even like one of those, in my opinion, you know, if you're doing one of these movies for say like $8 or $9 million, it's like, you know, that's the number one generator of creativity is being, you know, strapped for money. So I think you're going to see over time as well. Like this guy, Oswald Perkins,
Osgood
Perkins.
Perkins.
He did this, but I guess he had already either mostly shot or it might have even been done. That Monkey movie, the Stephen King adaptation. It was. I think he was already into it, but when this movie came out,
I saw with Longlegs, the director of photography. His company is that C2 company.
Yeah,
and that company put up the money to make Longlegs.
Yeah,
so it was the director of photography's company.
Yeah,
put up the money to make this film.
Yeah. Well, and for that director though, it was great because he was already, you know, at least midway through the production of his next movie.
Yeah.
And then this movie blew up, so
that's amazing.
It's automatically, you know, that. I think they moved the date of it up to like, yo, we need to capitalize off this. So I'm looking forward to it in that too because I've heard this movie is really good. And I love the Nick Cage just fucking wild man, and I'm just gonna do whatever. And I'm only gonna do scripts that really, you know, hit me.
Yeah.
Obviously Nick Cage is a weird dude anyway, so you know that's gonna be. It might be a hit or a miss, but I can at least like appreciate it.
Well, and this guy's got to push us into our the part B of that question. You know, you're talking about a lot of interesting artsy indie films that are coming out and doing well at the box office. What are some of your favorite ones of the last 15 years, horror specific, that you can think of? I know for me, The Witch, spelled with the 2 capital V's, that was amazing.
That's probably number one on my list that I can think of. That's the one that immediately came to mind. There was one called Hereditary or something
Hereditary
like that.
was good.
It was a real good movie. There's a few of those where it's like legit actors, legit, obviously, writers and directors. I mean, it's like, you know, The Witch I thought was... that's another one that hit me. You know what I mean? Like, it really, like, resonated. And it was, you know, the weird, raw, natural light of it was it was just dark, and it was, you know, it was just like high tension. It was great. I have not seen The Northman or The Lighthouse, and I really want to watch them both before this Nosferatu comes out this year. I'm definitely catching that.
I haven't seen The Northman. I've seen bits of The Lighthouse, and it looks very interesting.
Yeah.
I'd like to see both of those. Eggers is a really talented young director.
Yeah. Yeah, his stuff is excellent.
Who is the other guy?
Are you talking about the Midsummer? That dude?
Is that who I'm talking about?
I don't know if you are or not, but Ari Aster.
Ari
Which
Aster?
ones did he do? Because I've seen this Midsummer too.
I've seen this. Midsummer was okay.
It was pretty good. I liked that it was
he also did Hereditary.
Okay, yeah.
And Dream Scenario.
And Dream Scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was. I liked that it was all like during the day and it was really bright and it still captured like a real, you know, it wasn't super my bag, but I really did like, I'm glad I watched it the one time I watched it.
Yeah.
I'm not really going to go back and rewatch it, but, you know.
I was thinking about Mike Flanagan.
Oh, yeah, Mike Flanagan is awesome, too. That's Dr. Sleep guy, correct?
And he did The Haunting of Hill House, Midnight Mass, The Fall of the House of Usher.
Yeah. He's
Oculus. Oculus was weird.
He's what is he doing right now? He's doing something else right now. I can't remember what it is.
Exorcist.
That's right, Exorcist.
Yeah.
That the original Exorcist is a real good horror movie. You know what I mean? Like I always dug the Exorcist. I didn't care for whatever it was, the Heretic or whatever, the second one.
There's a Heretic that's out right now with
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant.
But Exorcist 2 is called the
is
Heretic.
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that Heretic movie though, you had turned me onto that, so I went and looked at the trailer.
Yeah.
And I'd like to check it out.
It looks interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm way more interested in watching The Monkey, personally.
Yeah.
Just the Heretic, it's, you know, crazy religious guy who traps some people into a weird horror maze.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, good on Hugh Grant, man. Way to. I don't recall him ever being in any horror movies that I can think of.
No, neither have I. Here's a list from Collider of the 30 best horror movies of the 2020s so far, and ranked in number 30 is Longlegs, what we will be watching today.
Excellent.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Strange Darling.
I've seen this. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the trailer
Darling
for this, and I would like to check it out. I will probably do that now. I've seen this.
Late Night with the Devil at 28.
Yeah. That's a pretty... I thought it was a pretty fun watch. I enjoyed it. I really did.
Terrifier 3 at 27.
I haven't seen that one yet. I've seen the second one and the first one.
I haven't seen any of them.
You should check them out, man. They're pretty they're pretty legit.
It's
gory, but
it
looks
it looks comical almost.
It is at sometimes, and it's pretty brutal at sometimes too.
Okay.
But I feel like the gore to me, it's kind of like way nuts. So I always look at it like it's kind of like Evil Dead style kind of gore.
Okay.
You know, I mean,
it's fun.
It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's a fun movie to watch.
At number 26, The Substance.
I have really been wanting to see this.
I have not heard anything about this.
Dude, I bet it's good. Like, if you watch the trailer looks wild.
Dizzying, nauseating, darkly funny, and even thought-provoking roller coaster of a movie.
Yeah, I think it's like kind of body horror-ish a little bit. I don't think it's insanely gory, but maybe I'm wrong about that.
Black market drugs and executions. Interesting.
Yeah, it looks badass. And the young girl that's in it, the young lady that's in it, I don't remember her name.
Dennis Quaid?
Yeah, Dennis Quaid. He's in the trailer. It's awesome. The trailer looks wild, so I have a feeling it's going to be good.
At number 25, Infinity Pool.
I have seen this.
Brandon Cronenberg.
Yeah, I've seen this. This is one that it's... I didn't love it, but it was okay.
How does Brandon stack up to David?
It looks great. I mean, the
Yeah.
movie looks excellent, and the main chick and fellow, I believe it's a Skarsgård, not the one that is Pennywise. And I'm usually better.
Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah, I'm better at name recall most of the time, but
So the vampire one.
good performance. Yeah, the vampire one. It was pretty good. I didn't love it.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was definitely, it's worth a watch for sure.
Number 24, You Won't Be Alone.
Is that maybe a foreign film or something?
Set in Macedonia during the 1800s, You Won't Be Alone is an effectively unsettling blend of fantasy and horror. Directed by Goran Stolovsky, Alice Englert, Numi, right? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, next, Megan with the backwards 3. Did you see Megan with the backwards 3?
I did see it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know it was pretty popular, and it was all right.
Is this what, the third in the franchise? Is that why the backwards 3?
No, I think this is the first one in the franchise.
Okay.
But to me, it was kind of forgettable.
I mean, I've seen the little clips of the girl running upside down backwards that, we've seen every demon run in every movie for the last
Yeah.
50 years.
Yeah, I mean, I get it though. I mean, people really liked it, you know. And
AI stuff is real
yeah,
popular
that's
right now.
Yeah, so I think that it's getting a sequel.
At number 22, Men.
I haven't seen that, but I'd like to see it. I like Alex Garland.
Divided upon release, largely thanks to its slow pace, unusual creative decisions, and bizarre ending. Okay. Oh, Alex Garland did Annihilation. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a really weird movie, man. I didn't care for it as much as I liked that Ex Machina. But it was good. Black Phone, I've seen this too. This is pretty good.
Yeah, we had Censor at 21, Black Phone at 20, Possessor at 19. Stop me if there's anything you wanna.
I haven't seen some of these.
18 is Swallow. 17 is Titan. 16 Smile.
I've seen that one recently.
How is Smile? I've heard a lot of things about it. And I know the new one has Jack Nicholson's kid.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I didn't. It was pretty good. I mean, it was like it was different, you know, like seemed pretty original.
Is this
the story? So it was good.
Is this Sosie Bacon related to Kevin?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. Yeah, it was good. It's just maybe it wasn't really my bag, I guess. I was trying to think of the better way to say it than that, but it's really just, it was good. It wasn't my bag.
At number 15, the remake of the classic Universal film The Invisible Man.
I haven't seen it.
I heard that it's good. I heard that all of these remakes of the Universal classics, I like the Wolfman. I heard was good as well.
Is it out yet?
What?
The Wolfman.
Yeah, that was the first one I think they did in like 2018 or something. Number 14, Prey.
I didn't see it.
That's a Predator prequel, I believe.
Yeah, I heard it was good though.
Number 13, The Empty Man.
I haven't seen it.
Number 12, Host.
Looks like that was like a COVID, Zoom call movie.
Let's see. Number 11, Freaky.
I wanted to see this. I like Vince Vaughn a lot, and I like this young lady that's in it too. I know her from Supernatural.
Misha Asharovic.
Yeah, sure. I don't recall her name, but she's good in Supernatural.
Here's an Ari Aster film at number 10, Beau is Afraid.
I did not see it, but I want to check it out.
Yeah.
Same thing, Ari Aster, like the Midsummer or whatever. After that, I kind of lost track of him, but I'd like to catch that one.
Talk to Me at number 9.
I haven't seen it.
Crimes of the Future at number 8. David Cronenberg.
Yeah.
He's like 5 or 6 of these so far.
Yeah.
No, Brandon Cronenberg was the other one. So both of these, the dad and the son, have got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, Crimes of the Future, that was like his first movie back in quite a while, and I've been kind of waiting to watch it. I just don't want it to be bad, because I like a lot of old school Cronenberg.
Well, it says that it unfolds a bit like a film noir crime film.
Yeah.
That seems interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to check it out. And I kind of lost track of it, too. You know what I mean? Like, I was good. Like, I'll wait to watch it, and then I kind of forgot about it for a little while.
At number 7, Pearl.
I haven't seen any of these movies.
At
but
number 6, Barbarian.
That's actually an awesome movie. Have you seen Barbarian?
I have not.
Oh, dude, you should check it out.
That's Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Justin Long.
The dude that directed it is one of the whitest kids you know.
Oh, really? Zach Kreger.
Yeah,
Which one is
yeah.
that? I gotta look that up.
He's not the main dude. I think passed away, but yeah, that guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that one.
It's awesome. He's got another movie coming out pretty soon, and I don't remember what it's called, but I'm definitely gonna check it out. I really liked Barbarian a lot.
Number 5, The Menu.
I have not seen that, although I'd like to see it. I love Ray Fiennes.
Anna Taylor-Joy. She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yep. And the other guy, Nicholas something.
Ralph. John Leguizamo.
No. His name's Nicholas. He's a kid from
Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah.
Hoult.
About a Boy.
Okay.
That's what I mean, he was like a little kid, but he's also Beast now.
Number 4, Nope. By Jordan Peele. I liked that one, actually.
I liked it too. I actually, it was pretty weird.
So I really liked kind of the twist on that. Oh, it's maybe not necessarily an alien, but maybe it's just an animal that's on the planet that we don't know about.
Yeah.
And that's just how it feeds. That's always kind of been one of those theories in the back rooms of
Yeah.
alien fanatics, and I think it's pretty
it was a
interesting.
good twist.
Yeah.
It really was. And it was, like I liked Get Out. I don't think I saw a second movie, but I like that it's just different too. You know what I mean? I just really appreciate that.
Number 3, Relic.
Didn't catch it.
Let's see. And then number 2, Bones and All. And then number 1, X.
Yeah, I haven't seen that
I
either.
haven't seen any of those. So we haven't seen most of these, but we're
Yeah.
going to watch the very last one at number 30, Long Legs, here in mere moments.
That Strange Darling, I really do want to see that. It's got the main actress is, I saw her in Reacher, the first season of Reacher. She was really good. And then the dude is, he's in Smile.
Okay. Expectations on Long Legs. How do you think this is going to turn out?
It's got a lot of hype at this point when we're watching it, so I'm trying to manage it really because I don't want to be let down.
Because it was released to the public in June or July.
Yeah. But I mean, like whatever it was, $8 or $9 million budget, and it made $100 million.
Yeah.
I mean, it got like a lot of hype, and apparently Nicolas Cage is wild in it, like he is, but it really hit a chord at the time, or whatever. So I'm trying to go into it not insanely high, but I'm excited about watching it, and I'm a big Silence of the Lambs guy, so the agent hunting down the serial killer or whatever is always a good genre, especially if you can really work in.
So is that what it's kind of based? I don't really know much of what it's based on, so I don't know what my expectations are going into this, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. That may not be. The trailer is just, that's all I've seen of it, but it seemed like it was like an agent that was hunting down like some sort of serial killer or something, and it was some pretty, they leave behind, so it's kind of like Seven-ish or whatever as well, so I think that's pretty exciting, because like Seven specifically, that's a kind of a gory movie, and
Yeah.
it's kind of but that's a good vibe. It's got awesome detective work, it's got, horror elements to it.
And is Nick Cage our serial killer?
I believe so.
Very interesting. Okay. Well, it's time to take a trip into the time machine, sir.
Ooh.
And we will be back momentarily.
Strap in.
Back through time. There we are.
Made it. We made it.
So Long Legs. Daddy Long Legs.
Yeah. And we're like fresh off it too.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
this is...
within seconds.
What did you think about this movie? So, expectation-wise, I didn't have any expectations going into it, especially not whatever that was we just watched.
Yeah, it definitely went in different directions than I was expecting it to go, and it was like every Nick Cage scene was.
Oh man! And when I first saw him, I wasn't even sure that was Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Just because the cheek prosthetics and the hair and everything.
Well, and
Oh,
the
man.
performance. I mean, it is
Oh.
like just 211. Like, and the one thing I would say about it is like it was weird because I couldn't tell if that was like kind of supposed to be funny. I don't know. I mean, it. Sometimes it almost felt out of place because the rest of the movie's pretty low key, and
Yeah.
like all the other characters are like detectives and shit, and this motherfucker.
And then
is
you've got
just. I mean,
batshit crazy Nick Cage
yeah.
pretending to be Mark Bolan.
So no matter what, even after I digest it, regardless, I'm glad that I watched it.
Oh yeah,
I'm really glad that I watched
I mean, I thought it was shot well.
Super. It was interestingly shot too.
It
Looked cool.
had an interesting story. The devil
Yeah.
made me do it doll maker thing.
Yep.
Nick Cage's devil massacred Hasbro adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it turned like for some reason in my mind, I didn't. I don't remember if the trailer alluded to it or not. About the spoiler alert, by the way. I mean, I'm sure this is going to come out. It's been a while since this movie's
Oh
been out
yeah,
anyway.
yeah. I mean, all of these after the time machine, it's spoiler city.
Okay, yeah. Spoiler alert. But the do you know who he was? Was he just another one of the devil's stooges, or he was.
It seems like he played the character of the cult leader who was getting the devil's work put into these dolls, which possess the
cult leader.
Amityville horror-esque cult leader.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I missed anything. I mean, I remember looking up all that shit about the cults and stuff earlier in the movie, but I was like, was there something that I missed that alluded to who he was? I mean, because the first third of the movie, if not more. Oh, I mean, he's just some serial killer. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really know.
And in the first half of it, you only really see him, but 45 seconds in one little cutaway, where you don't even see his whole face.
Yeah, I remember at one point asking you. It was like, what? How far in are we? And we were like 40 minutes or something, and it was like you'd only seen him for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, and his first full scene wasn't even until 45 minutes in.
So in that respect, it did kind of have a Seven thing going on, where you really just, it was pretty much just the detectives trying to figure out who this guy was and where he was and why this chick could, had a sixth sense about where he was.
So yeah, shot well,
it looked
acted
really
well.
Cool.
Some parts of it were a bit awkward. The actress at the very beginning. Really, like the first 30 minutes of it, I was like, she's such an awkward FBI agent. How does she accomplish her teary-eyed job?
Yeah, she was really weird. And I mean, I guess it did kind of obviously come into, you kind of figure it out over the course of the movie, but it's like, yeah, sometimes the story. Sometimes I felt like I got lost a couple of times where I missed something. And I mean, obviously I know it ends up being, satanic and all that stuff, but he just kind of showed up, and gave himself up or whatever, and then, banged his head against the table.
Well, he didn't give himself up. They caught him at a bus stop.
Oh, yeah,
he
that's
had his
right.
bags packed, looked like he was about to go on a run or something.
Right.
They surrounded him from every side, and then he gave himself up, I suppose.
But yeah, I thought it was definitely entertaining for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it really was. There really were points where you weren't sure, is his performance here supposed to be comical?
Yeah, that's what I kept thinking. That's why I was like, I
mean, we laughed.
It's kind of out of place, really, because the rest of the tone of the movie is like, it's two detectives, and it's pretty straightforward. It's not like there's no tongue in cheek about it or nothing. And then you get to this dude's scenes, and I mean, that dude is just,
Tiny Tim on meth.
It's it's funny, and it's like kind of uncomfortably funny because it is really bizarre.
Yeah.
But it was just those scenes. I mean, you can't hate on it because he goes all the way for sure. But
so that's. How do you say this lady's name? Would it be Micah Monroe?
I'm not
she's
sure.
the lead, playing Lee Harker, FBI agent. I thought she was good. Like I said, her acting at the beginning was awkward, but at the end, whenever she started to have her mental break, I guess, realizing that, how everything played in with her mother, and she's basically I guess she's not really a cult sacrifice, but kind of the basis of around all these families being killed was so that she could live.
Yeah.
In a sense. So after she started to figure that out, and she has the screaming fit in the car and everything, I thought, well, wow, here's some of that dramatic work.
Yeah.
Was pretty good. Nicolas Cage was wild.
It
wasn't what I expected from him at all. I like I said at the beginning, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah,
and this was very out there.
They don't show a ton of him in the trailer, so I wasn't really. I mean, I expected it to be, Nick Cage. I mean, pretty fearless to do whatever, and but yeah, he did. He was. It was amped up pretty high, for sure. But it was definitely memorable.
And who played the
which one?
The head FBI agent that was her boss, who ended up
Blair Underwood, I believe.
Blair Underwood?
Is that who?
Oh yeah, Blair Underwood. He was really good.
Yeah, he was very good. And I don't remember what I've seen Blair. Oh, what was it, like Deep Impact? Is that what it was?
Oh, Deep Impact, Rules of Engagement, Medea's Family Reunion. You've probably seen that one.
Yeah, there's some stuff I've seen him in. This was like, it seemed like a different thing for him, maybe.
Yeah,
He was good. He was really good.
Going through some of these other ones, there's not really much horror to speak of going through here.
Yeah.
He's in an episode of Knight Rider, Soul Train, bunch of stuff.
Yeah. No, he was really good. The mom was good. I recognize her from something or another, but I can't recall what it is. Is she? She wasn't the one that was
Alicia Witt.
Yeah, she wasn't the one in Star Trek Picard, was she? That wasn't her. That was a lady that kind of looked like her.
Let's see. I don't see. No. I think that may have been someone else. She was Zelda in Orange is the New Black. She was Rosie Bush in Disjointed with Kathy Bates. She was Gersten Hayward in 2 episodes of Twin Peaks. She was Paula in 2 episodes of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is that I know her. Oh, Justified. Maybe not.
Justified,
I
yeah.
don't
She
remember.
was Wendy Crow in season 5 of Justified.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Television. That was television. The movies. She was Amber in A Medea Christmas. She was Ginny in Spare Room. Amy in Peep World. Any of this?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. She was Serena in Bong Water. Maybe.
Yeah.
She was in the 80s Dune.
Old school Dune. Four Rooms, maybe? That's probably
Kiva in 4 Rooms. She was in The Missing Ingredients.
That's the one with the witches, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I've seen that movie.
That's a good movie.
That's a great movie.
That'd be worth a rewatch because I haven't seen that in at least.
Oh man, I haven't either. But I used to
probably,
watch it a lot. It's really good.
I think I've only seen it maybe 2 or 3 times, enough to really garner a good appreciation for it. Right when I was getting into like film school and all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about the kind of Devil Made Me Do It plot idea? Is this getting played out, or was this just the right amount mixed in with detective elements to kind of make it seem different enough?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I honestly that part didn't bother me.
Yeah.
That it's like Annabelle or whatever. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, either that or just like the whole devil possession thing. It seems like we go through like cyclical trends, and it's we've had a lot of exorcist and possession movies lately.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I thought this was enough detective type stuff, and it was pretty gritty. You know what I mean? Like it was. All those scenes with the detectives, like they were all good. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought they were pretty well written, and the way she started kind of putting the pieces together, all that was cool.
I think the framing of how everything was framed, how it was directed, the whole vision of it also gave me a good thing to kind of focus and lean in on whenever the scenes kind of seemed formulaic at times. It's different angles you wouldn't necessarily go to or have seen in other things like this. Especially there was at the beginning we were saying it looked like it was almost shot on 8 or 16 millimeter film.
Yeah.
There were just some lower angles for some master shots that you wouldn't normally see. The one scene where she had all of her clues out on the floor, and she was sitting on the floor in that office looking. I thought that was framed up really neat. Great work of trees as background elements, and interesting contrast they used with the sky on a lot of different scenes. So I thought there was definitely stuff worth watching in here from a technical aspect as well.
Yeah, I thought it gave off some vibe for a layman. You know what I mean? For me, like I don't really technical stuff. I can only kind of tell you, what I think is cool and what I don't, and what really just.
Well, you definitely come from more of the pre-production side, writing and story planning, brainstorming.
Yeah.
That kind of
100%. But this, I thought, had the vibe, if that was, for lack of a better
Yeah.
term. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it had a certain feel to it that was cool. And there was a lot of cool shots. There was a lot of cool, like, set design
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. Some of those rooms were really...
I mean, it looked like it was the 90s, at some point in the 90s. Definitely there's the light up take deck in her car.
Yep.
You have the old fridges, the
Yeah, it looked cool.
massive telephones.
Yeah, it was pretty, like, vague, but it seemed like it was obviously the 90s
Mm-hmm.
at some point. Like, maybe, even...
Bill Clinton's picture on the wall.
Yeah, so at least 1992, you know
Yeah,
what I mean,
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. That was cool, and I mean, there were different kinds of cars in it, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, but I was thinking about it too. It really, I thought it looked well, and it was shot well, especially for less than $10 million.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It didn't reek of super cheap or anything. You know what I mean? Like
That still
didn't-
even have knowing how much a micro budget movie is and how much an actual indie film is to make. It still blows my mind to think that just under $10 million is considered a tiny budget, and to think that we're sitting here saying, oh, it looked really good for being shot with only $9 million. And I think to myself, Jesus, if I had $9 million, I could make something that
Yeah.
looked fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, dude. Well,
And not to be that guy or anything, but
I remember specifically thinking about trying to shoot something. I mean, this is 20-something years ago. Like, really and I remember thinking specifically, if I had like 50 grand, I feel like you could, you know what I mean? Like, that was a thing where it was like, you could make a movie for that. But nowadays, it's like obviously inflation and costs and everything else. And it's like, it is just like something that's like a $5 million budget. That's a pretty low budget movie today.
oh yeah. I mean, I think about it though. It's like most of your cost, as far as what we would be doing with it, $50,000, we could make something that looked great. It's just a lot of money comes from your distribution and your marketing and getting, the ability to pay, a reputable name. And then being able to pay your crew as well.
Yep.
For $50,000, I could make enough of my close friends comfortable enough to make a film we could have fun with, and that
Yeah.
would look good, but it wouldn't be a union rate or whatever.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No, it's really interesting to think about that. But I mean, you think about like, I want to say it's like Chasing Amy or something like that, because he had gone down. Like, he had gotten a bunch of money for, well, I say a bunch, like a couple of $1 million or some shit like that.
Kevin Smith?
Yeah, to make Mallrats after, $20,000 Clerks or whatever. But he ended up going down to like 275 grand or something for Chasing Amy. I mean, that was like, people were making movies for
Oh, yeah.
that,
Oh, yeah.
El Mariachi is like $7 grand, you know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean, or something
yeah.
like that.
What was it? It may have been El Mariachi. It was one of Rodriguez's film. He taped the film reel underneath his car driving back from Mexico because he didn't want it to be the canister open and exposed to the sunlight. So he basically had to smuggle his own film over. And I want to say his parents gave him like a $1,000 loan or something. I don't remember the exacts of it, so don't quote me on it. But
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like
Well, whatever it was,
shoestring.
yeah, it was nothing. I mean, it was like $7 grand or something like that, and they made that whole movie. I mean, that like took off. You know what I mean? But I mean, I guess the business is different now,
Yeah.
so you kind of have to have a little more money because you're gonna,
I don't really understand getting sponsors and things like that for independent films either. It's like, I understand that like some businesses would want to, I guess, advertise in a way, but I don't know, there's a disconnect in my mind thinking of like, a small local business giving any type of money to a local project, and I don't know. Why is this such a disconnect for me? Why do I think that these things are impossible? It seems that people obviously do it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things we go over in film school is how to market and get sponsorships, but it seems like such a strange thing. I don't see Brookshire Brothers, giving $5,000 or even $500 to a local community to do something like that, just to have their company name put on the end of the credits or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question, man. I don't really know. And there's a lot of shit changing too, like with the business aspect of it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Everything's weird about like movies that go straight to streaming versus make the theatrical runs and all that kind of stuff. So I know that has something to play too. So I'm sure like maybe like some higher production budget, even $8, $9, $10 million, you have to have some money that's just going to be for some sort of advertising, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, so your production budget's really probably like $5 million and or $4 million, and then you got 3 or 4 to market as best you can.
And I know some of these
fucking Nick Cage
festivals to get noticed are thousands of dollars for entry fees. You know, it's not a cheap industry to get your leg into.
Yeah.
But back to Long Legs.
And I didn't think about this too, but Nick Cage, I mean, he probably is $2 million that budget.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean? Like at least, or 3.
Oh yeah, I mean that he's probably, when you break it down, he's probably a good chunk of that budget, if not, the majority.
Or, well, I think he's a producer on it too, right? Mm-hmm. So he might have done it for cheap to get back end points, which he definitely got.
Yeah,
very
true.
Like,
mm-hmm. So, anything you think the story could have elaborated on? Any plot points or directions that you feel weren't fully developed or maybe cut off a little bit?
I don't think. I felt like the story was pretty whole and pretty straightforward. Like, what I like about it is it didn't introduce a shit ton of characters, so you kind of got like some time with each character. Like the main lady, she's in it pretty much the whole time, but even like the boss, you got like he was in half the movie. I mean,
yeah.
And then until the very end when kind of Nick Cage kind of came in for the second half of the movie. So everybody's story, I felt like, there were some stakes at the end when it's his family that's the sacrifice or whatever. I felt like it was, I didn't feel like anything was underdeveloped.
Did you think they developed anything too much? Was there any parts that could have been dialed back? Any themes that could have been dialed back?
I don't think they went like too far with anything. If anything, like I was a little bit confused on the rules that they're setting forth. You know what I mean, with the devil. Like that was one thing that I would say maybe it's not that they didn't provide enough information. I just don't think that like I quite understood the rules of the universe, you know what I mean, in which I'm trying to live in, if that makes sense.
At about the time that the mom shot the doll's head and the black smoke was coming out of it, at that point I was like, okay, we are full on, this is supernatural. They're actually calling upon the devil, and they're making these Amityville voodoo dolls to deliver to these people that will possess the family for them to all kill themselves. I mean, or was am I reaching with that?
No. I think that was it. And I just didn't understand. Once I kind of, obviously you find out, because there are, hints it's a satanic cult or whatever, like earlier in the movie. But this is like, not only is it a satanic cult, it is supernatural.
Oh, yeah.
Like, 100%. But yeah, I didn't understand sometimes exactly how it worked. You know what I mean? It's like every doll, it didn't really show like him possessing the doll, or he didn't really show him. He just showed him like building it one
and then giving a little kiss on the forehead.
But I didn't understand how that possessed it with the devil, and therefore got out and possessed everybody else, and they killed themselves or whatever. I didn't quite.
They could have included something where maybe it was a little bit more overt.
And maybe they just wanted to leave it ambiguous on purpose. I get that too, but like for me, I just it. Sometimes I would be overthinking, I think, from one scene to the next because I didn't quite understand what the rules were. You know what I mean? I was just trying to kind of figure it out in my head.
Yeah.
What did you think anything was
No,
overdeveloped?
I agree with you on the. I think they could have leaned into the supernatural maybe a touch more, so it was a little bit more, overt in what is actually going on there.
Yeah.
There's and I don't think there's anything they didn't develop enough or that they went too far on. I would say that something earlier in the film to show why the Lee Harker, is that the character?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
To see why she's so awkward and stoic and not your typical FBI agent. I know they showed the scene at the beginning with her meeting the Longlegs character.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It didn't really tell you that was the same character at the beginning either. You kind of had to put it together later on. So maybe something to show how she is traumatized, because I didn't really realize she was traumatized until we see much later her realizing that that she watched her mom get tied up on the floor and all that nonsense.
Yeah, you're kind of wondering because she's really, really
she's
awkward and
subdued and
very
almost like she's terrified.
Yeah, it's a weird acting choices and weird, and maybe part of it is obviously the script.
And now that we're talking about it, there was a plot point early on where they were wondering if she was psychic or hyper intuitive, and they never really went back to that.
They did not.
No.
It really became sort of obviously she was connected to the.
She's connected to the cult,
the darkness or whatever. Yeah. They never really touched on that again at all because they really made it up to be a thing in that first scene. Where she figures
first
out
few
the house.
Scenes, yeah. Because then whenever they had her back at the police station or whatever, they're asking her, has this ever happened to you before? How many times have you had these type of visions, and what is it like for you? And maybe you're this, maybe you're that, kind of a thing. So they really wanted us to think that she was psychic in the beginning there, but they didn't really touch back on it.
Yeah, it really kind of trailed off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
And maybe show some consequences of what happened with the what's his name? Blair Davenport? Blair Underwood. Blair
Davenport is a good name.
Maybe
I might adopt that as a new alias.
It's a lady wrestler, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. She used to go under the name B. Priestley.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a great name.
For a different podcast for later on. But so what's next for these people? What's Osgood Perkins doing? What's Nick Cage going to be doing?
Nick Cage has got 3 or 4 things in the pipe. Right now, at least.
Generally, yeah, I would say.
He shoots a lot of these indies, and I'd be curious to wonder now how many of those that he does he's a producer on. I wonder if it's all of them now. You know what I mean? I'd be curious, or if he's involved in some way. Because there are some that are just pretty wild. These Nick Cage movies.
Oh yeah.
Of late, the last 10 years or so. You can just tell he just the fucking Dracula, man.
Okay, he's got 7 upcoming.
I know he's in Spider-Man.
He's going to be in the Spider Noir. He's going to be playing John Madden in a Madden movie.
Oh, sweet.
He's playing Yuri Orlov in the Lords of War.
Oh, dude, that's a sequel to Lord of War, right? From the mid-2000s?
It could be.
That's a good movie. Really good movie.
Most famous arms dealer discovers that he has a son, Anton, who is trying to outdo his father by raising an army of mercenaries to fight in America's Middle Eastern conflicts, triggering a father-son rivalry. Does it sound like it?
I think so.
Bill Skarsgård?
Bill Skarsgård wasn't in the first one.
Andrew Nicol?
I want to say it was Jared Leto, or Leto, however you say it. I think he was in it, and I think maybe
yeah, 2005 Lord of War.
Ethan Hawke was in it. Yeah, it was good. It was a good movie. If you've never seen it, I would check it out.
Okay. Let's see what else he's got. Spider Noir. There's that one. Oh, it's a series. It's gonna be 8 episodes.
Yeah, but I'm gonna check it out. I'm actually pretty excited about that.
That'll be very cool. The Carpenter's Son, The Prince, and The Gunslingers, which says is completed, and he'll be playing a character named Ben in The Gunslingers. Let's see.
That's pretty cool. He's gonna play John Madden as well.
Yeah, from the image of John Madden that I have in my head isn't exactly the face of Nicolas Cage.
No, not at all. But I want to see Nick go all the way, man. That dude, I will give him that. He is 1,000% fearless.
Look at this.
And I can appreciate that.
This Gunslingers looks good. You got a lot of
Stephen Dorff.
Yeah.
I like Stephen Dorff.
Cooper Barnes, Heather Graham.
That's awesome. I would check that out, whatever that is. Gunslingers.
Written and directed by Brian Skiba.
Not familiar.
Brian Skiba. What have you done? The Second. He's done Pursuit, Clear Cut, Dead Man's Hand, Secret Society of Lies, Flower and Honey, Obsessed with the Babysitter, My Adventures with Santa. What is next for Micah Monroe? Micah Monroe.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen anything with her in it before. I thought she did a really good job. It was kind of weird for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it took a little while to, like, work into what she was doing. You know what I mean?
She was in It Follows.
I've never seen that, actually.
She was in Independence Day Resurgence.
I saw that, but I don't remember.
She was in The Stranger. What else? She was in Flying Monkeys as well. She's directed something. She directed something called The Yellow. It was a short that came out this year, apparently. Very cool. Currently upcoming, In Cold Light, They Follow, 100 Nights of Hero, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, and Brides.
Oh, Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Is that a remake?
We are looking. She's going to be playing the character of Peyton Flanders.
I think so. I think that's it, if I'm not mistaken.
A woman seeks vengeance on a victim of her pedophile husband after he's imprisoned and takes his own life, unleashing a twisted tale.
Never mind, that's not
of
it.
Violence against the girl's family. Nope. I think that's a different hand rocking a cradle.
I think Hand Rocks the Cradle. It was like Rebecca De Mornay, and she was a homewrecker.
Wasn't there was a The Hand That Rocks the Cradle and Joan Cusack and John Cusack were both in it.
There was a movie where he was like a hitman. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm not. Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Shit. Rocks the Cradle.
Trying to think of movies that John and Joan are in. I know there's a few of them, but I can't think of any off the top of my head except
The
for...
Cradle Will Rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Joan and John Cusack, Hank Azaria, Ruben Blades, Carrie Elwes. You've never seen this?
I don't think so.
Man, this is a good movie. 1999, Bill Murray, Tim Robbins.
I feel like I had to have seen this before. You said 1999?
Mm-hmm. In 1930s New York, Orson Welles tries to stage a musical on a steel strike under the Federal Theater Program, despite pressure from an establishment fearful of industrial unrest and red activity. Meanwhile, Nelson Rockefeller gets the foyer of his company's headquarters decorated, and an Italian countess sells paintings for Mussolini. Not familiar?
No, I don't.
This is a good movie. You should check this out.
I would definitely check it out. It's got a bunch of people that I like in it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a Susan Sarandon, Bill Murray, John Turturro, Emily Watson, Jack Black, Kyle Gass, Paul Giamatti. You know, it's huge.
Yeah, I can't believe I've never seen this before.
I'm going to send you a link to this.
You should. I'll watch it.
Maybe we should put this on our list.
If you'd be game to watch it, I'd watch it.
Yeah,
for sure. I haven't
absolutely.
seen it, but
absolutely.
If not, I'll definitely watch it on my own if I must. But yeah, I've been trying to make a better effort at just picking movies, honestly, here recently. Stuff like that. That one on that horror list from earlier. I don't remember what it's called now, but I've got it on my list, and I think I might check it out tonight.
And what was that one?
I don't remember what it was called. It was on that list of 30, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Blair Underwood, what's next for Blair Underwood? Have you seen anything you really, really enjoyed with him other than Deep Impact and Rules of Engagement?
I liked the movie Gattaca, but I don't specifically recall who he was in that movie. It's been a minute. I actually would like to revisit Gattaca because maybe I wouldn't like it now. But I liked it in 1997 or whatever when I saw it. I think I've only seen it maybe once.
He was the geneticist.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember.
City of Angels.
I might need to go back and check it out again.
5 episodes of Sex and the City.
Oh, well, you gotta respect that run on Sex and the City.
Oh, yeah. The New Adventures of Old Christine. 9 episodes. I liked that. I liked it.
I never caught that. She's really funny, though, so I'm sure it's good.
Ironside. Quantico. American Crime Story. Let's see. Upcoming, he's got 2 things. Something called Viral. He plays a character named Andrew. And then something else which is in production called One Spoon of Chocolate.
Hell yeah. I always like to see people working.
Absolutely. And
there's a lot of actors I really like where, you know, like, especially if they show up and they do a really badass job, it's like, man, I like it when you see a nice, good list of work they got coming up.
so our director extraordinaire here, who has done The Blackcoat's Daughter, I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House, Gretel and Hansel, The Twilight Zone, and Longlegs.
Are those all features?
These are all features other than the Twilight Zone series. He did 1 episode for that.
Okay, so he's directed more movies than I thought.
Well, I knew about the Gretel and Hansel and the Twilight Zone episode. I wasn't familiar with these other 2, The Blackcoat's Daughter and I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House.
I'd be interested to check him out, but...
Looks like he works more as an actor, actually, than a director.
Oh, really?
But as far as the things he's coming up as a director, Keeper and The Monkey, which we've already spoken about. The Monkey, we both really want to see that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that they were like in production on this already when Longlegs just went nuts, and it was a nice good boost, you know.
Okay, this Osgood Perkins, he's been in a lot of things as an actor. He was in Nope as Finn Bachman. He was the Enterprise Communications Officer in Star Trek.
2009 Star Trek?
2009 Star Trek, that's right. He's been in a bunch of TV shows, Close to Home, Alias, looks like he's been in Secretary, She Spies, Quigley, Dead and Breakfast. So yeah, it looks like he works more as an actor, but I really like his eye as a director, and I'm really interested in seeing The Monkey coming up, which that stars Theo James, Elijah Wood, and apparently Osgood Perkins is also going to be a character. He's starring in that as well, so that's pretty interesting.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. Elijah Wood's also not scared to do a horror movie.
Oh no,
which is pretty awesome.
Doesn't seem to be scared to do many things. What was that? Was he in Dirks Gently? Or was that someone else?
I think that was him.
Okay, because that was wild.
I saw this movie with him in it, and I can't, you know, like, this is the theme of the day. I need to have my phone closer to me so I can look him up faster. He's in some movie that I watched relatively recently, meaning like the last couple of years.
Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency.
Does he have a movie called like Father or something like that? It was Henry, maybe? I don't know.
Henry. Yeah, Henry. It was a short.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry.
How recent you think?
Relatively recent, okay. Like within a few years.
The After Party.
No, go down.
No Man of God. Come to Daddy.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Plays Norval Greenwood.
Yeah, that's it.
A man in his 30s travels to a remote cabin to reconnect with his estranged father.
Have you ever seen that?
I've not.
Oh no. Man, you should check it out. It's interesting.
All right. Well, all of these look good, and we should get a lot of these on our list. As far as what's coming up next for us, we don't have anything really on the books for now. We could go and do something at the Jefferson. We could do something back here. We could do something even at your place, and you could run the podcast if you wanted to for, change up the format a little bit.
I would say let's base it on, schedule-wise, we can do it at my place if need be or whatever.
Wherever.
I don't mind coming here, but also if there's something specific that's going to play at the Jeff that will be, you know what I mean? If it's something really cool that we would want to see, that's when I would do it for the show. That way we can kind of know, hey, we're going to take the time. Because I liked it when we did Megalopolis where we had like a lot of time.
Yes.
And we were able to kind of, I know that those are night shows probably, but like, start a little early, have some coffee before you go, whatever. You can go in and get some candy and a beverage and kick back and check the movie out. I felt like with Megalopolis it was cool because I was able to like take it in.
Yeah.
Big screen. I love watching on a smaller screen too, like a TV, which is great. I don't have an issue with that. But the experience of the theater is obviously
the one downside to the
factor.
Jeff is the seats are hard.
Yeah.
Not very comfortable, especially if you have back and hip problems. But great setting, great atmosphere, great staff that runs the place.
Hell yeah. And I want to say can't you buy like beer and wine and shit there?
Yeah, they usually have a bar that's open and some small concessions and things like that. And
when I went the last time, I felt like they did.
They do a bunch of interesting things too. Like for some of the movies, they've like had a few props for the first 100 people to come in. That you could get a free thing of, and sometimes they sell merch and stuff. It's a cool little thing they're doing, and I'm really happy to see it getting as much attention as it has been.
No, that kicks ass. Yeah, like some of these kind of movies too, and I know this is like bougie of me, but like it's cool to go in there and actually like drink a couple of glasses of wine.
Oh yeah.
Beers with the movie are great too, but like especially if you go into a theater where it's like dark, I almost feel like red wine is like almost like it's almost like a muscle relaxer in a way. You know what I mean? Like that's a good. Said the alcoholic dude. That obviously.
A nice apple cider.
Yeah, I like a good apple cider though too.
They should bring back Argus Ginger Perry.
Yeah, I wish I could remember off the top of my head what that kind was that we had at that show.
Yeah.
In Austin, I don't remember the name of it, but I've got it somewhere.
Got the pictures. Yeah. So we'll have a cidery podcast.
Yep.
We'll have wrestling podcast. We'll do a music podcast.
Yep.
We'll do it all, or we'll just throw them all over here for people to listen. But for now, that's been it, and that's Rob Copeland, and
Peace.
This is Jimmy Womack, and thanks for having us in your ear holes today.
Yeah.